Okay, I didn't get to do a video on Friday. I wish I could have, but to be honest, there's no big difference because Monday markets closed except for general commodities, so gold and silver did their thing. I would have predicted something like that. Maybe not as strong a move actually in silver. But anyway, beautiful stuff. Let's start with the DXY. We don't care too much about DXY. I mean, gold and silver go up kind of regardless. It's better if DXY goes down. It is trending lower. It's all about the September rate cut, which is coming. Is it 25? Is it 50? Maybe 50, actually. That'll definitely send it flushing to 95. That's all. I mean, gold's going up without this. Yeah. But I mean, this will just be fuel to all the commodities, especially gold and silver. Are they going to indicate QE? Maybe not yet, but that's coming when they realize, I think, that cutting short term isn't going to really impact long term. That's extra fuel for later. That's to get to 5, 6, 7,000. That'll be beautiful. But DXY trending lower, but we don't care too much because our stuff is moving regardless. Before I jump to gold and silver, the yields. It's going to be a bit controversial, but I think this is the most important thing out there. Not for us, but for general markets, the long term, like I just said, going up, right? US, you can see what it wants to do, slide, and then bam, up we go. Sideways up. Let's start off with Japan, which is sort of showing us the future. Breakout, retest, and up we go to whatever, 2% plus until something catastrophic happens that impacts all markets, including ours. EU, by the way, same. No, let's go to the UK. For me, it's Japan, then the UK. Look at this. Just one day away. Like today did its thing. Tomorrow, maybe it goes down, just to mess with everyone who's expecting breakout. But breakout's coming in the next couple of days. And then up we go. And then there's a collapse in government, the Liz Truss 2.0. Also potential to create a financial crisis as it did last time, except now it's worse. You got Japan plus UK. After that, you got the EU. That's a couple of days away from doing the same thing. Maybe the French will lead the pack with the collapse in the government. It's all the same stuff, too much debt, too much spending, war, welfare. And then, history just indicates that this is inevitable, which is why we've got inflation and gold up. So yields definitely more important than the DXY. I think yields go up, dollar goes down, long-term yields. Let's get to gold and silver. All right. This has been years in the making. Gold. Oh, I should start maybe with silver. Gold already had done its thing Thursday, right? What did I say? It closed above this little 34.10, which is exactly what it did. Then we kind of guarantee a move here, which is what we did. I would have preferred a close above 34.50. Who cares? Up we go. I don't think people really cared about my little number. Up we go. It's obvious what it wants. Like, who believes in quadruple? No, up we go. Right, we don't have time for this. What happens now? Well, it's obviously moved all the way up to 3,500. Today, this is just free, right? It's before the markets open in America. That's all that really matters. I mean, China probably matters more, but little pump by the rest of the world. Tomorrow we touch 3,500. We do some little sell off or whatever, and I don't know, did we close about that? It doesn't matter. It's done, right? It's if it, imagine there's a delay of one, it's that's it. We're going to 3,600 and 3,700 and DXY is going down to 95 and everything we ever thought is going to happen. And we've got this massive base. So then we can, everyone's got their predictions, 36, 3,700 based on how long this took and the Fibonacci. That's cool. 3,600 first target, then 37. And then once it starts to get tired, every $50, but basically 4,000, right? And we've done a crazy amount this year, but 4,000 is possible. We'll probably just go shy of 4,000. That'll do. Because I don't even care too much about gold. I got a nice chunk of gold, but it's all about not even silver for me, it's about the miners. Silver, I said, would lead gold, right? So up we did already. Thursday coincided perfectly. So you had that 34.10 equals 39. Then you got the next move up to 34.50 equals 39.50. And we already broke out. Like this was just perfect for me. Plus we touched 40, perfect, and closed above 39.50, perfect. And today is just absolutely ideal. I don't like gap ups because then people think there's pressure to close the gap. I don't even know if he would have maybe on a big flush down like 3 months later, which I would welcome because I'd love to buy back. But no gap, even better. Basically, close where we open where we closed and just open low of day, close. Okay, we're not finished now, but you know what I mean. Close a high of day, close above, way above 40. Tomorrow, I don't. I don't think I've actually really looked at this in a while. I have before, but I love it. I'm gonna have to start looking at this a bit more. On a daily candle, Jesus, I really don't know I can't explain what I'm doing. It's just like the way I see it. So this is a level, which is where we are, interestingly enough, just below 41. You can see all these little candles, and where's the open, where's the close? It's always right where we are, 40 point sort of seven-ish. And it coincides with the high day on that day where it ended up ugly. So where we are, is 41 a level? Yes, but this is that 41 level. This is what I would mean by 41 if I was to say 41's level. After this, what happens? This, I see three candles there, 41.3. Yeah, maybe for half a day, one day, maybe. After that, we've got this, two candles high, 42, not really, 42.5. After that, you know what? Let's not try and be cute. This is gonna get wild. Today is good. Today is like 2.5% or something. We're at a level, we'll close around here. I don't know if it's gonna happen tomorrow, but the next big level is here, 42.5, 43, 44. There you go. 42.5, 43, 44. I don't care too much because it's going to get there. And you have your weekly charts. Also, by the way, the close on Friday was a weekly monthly candle, just to add absolute insult to injury for the shorts out there. So I think obviously 44 is a big level. Then we come back down, test 41, 42. I don't know. 50 is obviously the huge level. Yes, I will be. By the way, I haven't sold much at all in terms of miners. I'm so proud of myself for resisting the trigger happy fingers because it's just gone absolutely wild. But I'm just telling you that to tell you this. 44, I will be trimming it tiny bit, absolute tiny. And then I think around 48, 49, and obviously 50 just below. So 47, 89, 48, 89, and then honestly 49, 60 something probably. Just trim. Little 2, 3, 4, 5%, maybe even go wild and sell 10% because I know that we are not going to 50 to just come down and never cross 50. 50 will be support at a certain point, and that point is coming pretty damn soon. We're going to test it soon. All right, so just summarize. Gold's going to march towards 4,000, silver's going to march towards 50. Let's check the miners. GDX. Oh, I haven't visited this in, well, there you go. That's absolutely beautiful. So this is, I'm gonna get rid of the yellow, even though it is at a level. This is huge level. But then again, we're gonna have a crazy move yesterday because gold's already done a crazy move. So you get this free, a day like free data for GDX, which means screw my little 63.5 level, which really looks like a, I'm looking at it again, looks like a level. But right now, if the market was open, we'd be at 66 or something. How much? I mean, what have we got? Got silver at 2 point, yeah, silver at 2.5, gold at sort of 1%, and it's big psychological breakthrough plus tomorrow expect follow through. That equals this level. The GDX all-time high coincides with gold all-time high. I think that's pretty romantic. 67, 6% move in GDX. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I don't know if we open there or especially have follow through tonight, before tomorrow's open. Yeah, 6% move. Maybe it starts at 4%, ends up at 6 at one point, or it starts at 6 and then just sort of drifts low. But we're going to have at some point tomorrow during regular hours 6%, which again is all-time high. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I don't think I can outdo that explanation. GDXJ, I love how far away we are from this one's all-time high. How much of a percentage move is that? This is a weekly chart. Beautiful, 100 and something percent. All right, daily. Now we've had a big move already. GDXJ also likes silver quite a lot. We're not going to do 3%. If GDX is doing 6, oh my God, I don't know. No, 10's maybe too much. That is a level though. Actually, it's not even a level. 83. No, 83 is too close. It's too close. Maybe here. No, that's too far away. I don't know. I don't know. Let it, base it on GDX. Basically, I'd base GDXJ on GDX. Maybe you can have SILJ. You like triangulate GDX to SILJ. You can probably come to an idea of where GDXJ might come to resistance if you can find the points there. This one, I don't know, but I think it will take out its equal level of horizontal and ascending resistance. This is big stuff. But I think we're going to bypass it in both GDX and GDXJ, which is cool. All right, SIL, which is going to have an even crazier move. Ah, well, that's I don't care what percentage move that is. That's going to happen, isn't it? What was that? Three, that's too easy. That's too easy. I mean, by the time silver resumes its move tomorrow, I don't think we're going to see a red day tomorrow, like undoing the great good we've done today. I think we're going to go up higher. I don't know. Even the gap fill there. Let's imagine we do a gap fill there. That's too easy. 4%. No, this is squeezy time. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I would be a little disappointed if it's SIL. Yeah, I could do the same as GDX. I think you'll do that gap fill there, you know? It's hardly a gap fill. This little one here, 61.5. Otherwise, whatever you go there, right? There's your support, these two candles, and there's obvious resistance. Let's sort of middle it. 64, whatever, 64, maybe 64. Well, that's a bit of a crazy move. If I extend that, I don't want to spend too long doing this. No, that's too far away. And it's SIL, it's not SILJ. 10%. Now forget it. That'll be the next one. All right, let's do sort of, I don't know, maybe 61.5. Doesn't matter. Up. SILJ, plus it's completely cleared resistance. It's really. Now, this one, I thought this would be a strong resistance. No. Went straight through it. We don't care. Closed at high of day. And that's before today's big move, which is already sort of guaranteed. I don't see an undoing of that. And I see it doing more than a move to 19, where I thought would be next resistance. We may even gap up and open above that. Next one, you know what? Why not? This one I can imagine. This is a big number that I can actually imagine as a bit realistic. 20 SILJ. We're including today, which is probably a 3-4% move, and then tomorrow, 3, yeah, 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 yeah. 8%, 20 SILJ tomorrow. I feel like selling that a little bit, but there's no point. We're going to keep going. I'll try. I'll do my best to absolutely resist, but like a little 2%, CDE, EXK, Fortuna, Pan America, little. Let's see if I can resist. But whatever, we'll keep going up. A huge day tomorrow. My portfolio is massive, and tomorrow's going to start getting a bit scary. But I have to just be a big boy now. Yeah, all right, let's do the portfolio real fast. So this is obviously not including. So beautiful. Newmont closed right at a level. For me, it's a level just there. You can see why a couple of days. Now we've got this level. Sorry, we're going to move away. Yeah, Newmont, it doesn't matter about the little levels on the day. Newmont is just going all the way up here, 80, all-time high, just like GDX, just like GDX. And it's the number one performing stock in the S&P. If we take away Palantir, and it will beat it here, 15%. It'll probably do like 7-8% tomorrow if GDX is up 6. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to, yeah, we're just going to make new highs. Basically, the formula is it has to make a new high. So Newmont is just going to squeeze up, maybe even a squeeze. Beautiful. Not selling. I have one little sell. It's going to be probably 84.99, and that's it. Barrick, look at this. Absolutely ridiculous. I would never buy something like this, but actually, it's probably the best thing you can do with Barrick right now. This has to reach its old highs, which is all the way over there. But let's forget about that. We're just asking for this. We're not asking too much. Yes, I have levels, there's a little gap and all this. Actually, tomorrow maybe you do have Barrack. Well, no, that would be today if it was moving. And then tomorrow, if we keep going, you could, right? Is that really ridiculous? Maybe. Let's see if we can get above 2850. But anyway, whatever, like gold will just start taking out 3,500 and then the run starts. So another 14-15%, just like Newmont. I'm going to go for that. If I have any little cells there, I may just delete them and just go for the one. Normally it'd be 29.99, but I might go for like 30.49 or something. Beautiful. Agnico, we know there are no levels. This one I just leave. Knowing me, I probably have one at 149, but I'll probably delete that because that's easy. This is just leave it. Only buy the dips. Leave it. Just leave it. Forget about it. Ignore it. Pan American Silver. I love Agnico Eagle. Pan American Silver. Yes, I had this in my dreams going up like this all the way to 38. All right, 38, is that doable? Today we had a little, probably 5% that wasn't able to happen. Tomorrow we continue, if we continue, another 5%. I'm gonna go for 38. 38 is a big one. So far, all my big resistances are ignored. I love it. They just go all the way up regardless. But I have to go to the weekly to show you this. I mean, come on. This is 2 decade almost resistance. You're gonna have to hit this, maybe just go a bit above and come back down. But the silver squeeze, it's not a squeeze, but it just keeps going up. I don't know. I will sell something just below 38. Little 2, 3, 4, 5% maximum if I'm really feeling wild. But otherwise, I'm going to leave it for a bigger move. Wheaton. Now, this one, I think I do have a sell just below the last high. Probably something I put in ages ago when I bought it back here. Very nice. Thinking it has to go back up there eventually because it's such a good stock, but I didn't think it'd take that long. I may just remove that because this will go there sideways up and up if we go to, I don't know, 110, 120, 130, 140, etc. Another one you can absolutely count on. Big exposure to silver, and silver's just started a run, so forget about it. Franco Nevada, off you go to 200, bit like Agnico, forget about it. I may have a sell it just below 200. I might leave that in. It's probably like 2, 3 shares or something ridiculous. No, not yeah, Metalla. Uh, yes, I usually do royalty stocks. So this one was wild, and this one I did trim. Believe it or not, 557 on that day because it was up like 15, some ridiculous percentage. So no sells there, and I think I have one. Yeah, I've got one more sell here, even though it's not worth that much, and I think it's going so much higher. This one, I'm really got contradiction here. Like I want to trim this level so much, even though I know it's going to take it out. I may just remove that. That's just stupid because we already have a free day of knowledge ahead. So tomorrow we're gonna go up. We're probably gonna fill my thing at the open when it's probably at 6. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that if I still have it. I'll check that after this. After 6, we go to keep it simple. Probably around here, probably there. Gee, I actually have to put these levels in now. It's almost annoying, but I know what it means. All right, there you go. Sort of 758. That's your next level. Then it's probably going to get there real fast. What a move, though. This one, I can't believe I hated it down here. Just goes to show when you're too cute, too short term. But I know why I did that. And I know why I sold small amounts just in case I'm wrong and it keeps going. So very happy to hold the core position. All right. Mid-tier gold. Beautiful. New highs. That's before gold does it. Iron gold is just, I think it's really well leveraged to gold. So this one's gonna move. So today we've already got a nice move guaranteed. 60, yeah, we're probably going to end up tomorrow around this little 1050 just before 11. So, well, no, that's 16%. Yeah, 1050, my next level. I like it. Maybe tomorrow or just below. I think we take out 10 tomorrow. This, yeah, weekly. There's your 2011. See you later. This is not a junior. This is absolutely doable. Gold at 4,000. This thing will be at 17 maybe. Maybe high, maybe at 23. Maybe it should be more than 23 at 4,000, right? I mean, it was there when gold was 2,000. We're going to be double that. No, no, this one I don't think I've got any sales in place for this, but yeah, I'm going to ignore iron gold, pretend it never happened, just leave it in. Equinox just had good news. It's going to become a monster. It's just merged. Uh, well, this is easy. This would have been done today, right? That's what, 2, 3%. Forget about that. After 9, what have we got? We got 950. That's crap because that probably got taken out today in the invisible session. So what's next if we keep moving, which we will if it's not tomorrow, it's right after. I'm gonna go for the bigger move now. I'm gonna stop doing the cute stuff. 11:30, I see a nice little pivot out there. And then 13. And this is probably easier to achieve than the I am gold stuff. Much easier, much easier. If I do weekly, yeah, you can do that in like 2 months. All right. After that, let's check B2 gold. Also made a new high before gold did. Up we go here. That'd be easy, won't it? B2 gold. 6%. It probably would have got there. 440, that's the big level. That's the one. $5. Let's be honest. 20%. Not gonna do it. Okay. God, imagine tomorrow's a red day. That'd be really embarrassing. Not gonna do it, but maybe in 1 or 2 weeks, as gold starts to move towards 3,600, we'll probably get $5. Just don't want any news from Africa and all that. But this one, yeah, if it's ever gonna make a move to seven, it's probably under these conditions, which is almost 100% move from there. And then you go to new highs, right? Right. Harmony, my new introduction. Actually, before I go to Harmony, the one Aris Mining. Absolutely. This is like Wheaton, but better. Wheaton came all the way down. This is just beautiful. And I bought that back. And I never would have normally bought something that hasn't come down that much, but we're in a new era here. So we made a new high. This just has a tendency to make 5, 6, 7, 8% moves. So let's see what it could do tomorrow. The thing is, the chart is ridiculous, so I can't really use that. But there is this here at $10. How much of a move is that? How much of a move is that? 20%. Today it would have done, I don't know. I'll leave. I'm not selling this until it gets to 20%, basically. Okay. Harmony. This one's special. Really bad news. I think it was like costs are going up and all this stuff. I just bought this on the drop and I didn't even buy it at the low. I bought it like 12. Where did I buy it at? Anyway, it was an entry position and now it's just probably going to close the gap. I mean, there would be two. Look, tradition, right? Just going to show you where I would sell if it had a big move up. I would normally sell to close the gap, and the next one I'd sell at the descending resistance. Plus, you're not going to take this out after bad news. And it'll probably do that and come back down no matter what happens with gold. It's just had bad news recently, but I'm not selling this. I'll hold it. It'll probably end up going sideways down and then end up taking out 19 and running as we go towards 4,000 in gold. And if I'm wrong and the price drops in gold, I'll start doing a nice big position in this, probably on the ascending line. This is one I love. I've known it for ages, a bit like all the ones I own, but I'm in no hurry to buy or sell, right? So I just did it because I was drunk on the amount of cash I got on the sidelines. Okay, SBSW. This one I'm just holding. It hasn't even started. It's moved back up, platinum, palladium, and all that. I think the move up in commodities, the drop in the DXY will end up sending this above 10. So that'll be nice. If I did buy back on the last two candles, this one here and then this one here. I forgot exactly where, but no problem. This will end up being worth a lot by the time we cross 10. Okay, let's do silver stocks. All right, First Majestic's had a hard time impressing recently with silver looking strong. It's just unable to take out 950. Tomorrow we're doing that. I don't care what happens. We're doing that. Look, 950 is not even 4%. We're starting. It may even be a bit of a silver squeeze start. I don't want to say silver squeeze too much, but like up 6, 7, 8%. And then it runs past 10 to close above 10 would be good. Let's just close above 980, yeah? Let's close above this little area at least. Because then we have a free run to this and then that. Now, what would be beautiful is a big squeeze and we end up at 1150, which, is not impossible. Yeah, that's impossible. 25% in one day, forget about it. But a close above 10 or at least 980, that's my request. If it starts to not close above 950, I am extremely concerned. I don't see why this is just going to absolutely scream up. So that's not going to happen. But I'll probably add more actually. Let's just see. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself before I see the minimum signal. Fortuna, I see the minimum signal. It's closed at new high. That's before silver did its thing. So that's okay. Fortuna will definitely cross 8. Next up, 850. Next up, just below 10. How much of a move for each level? This, forget about it, 3%. Next one, 10%. Yeah, maybe we can end up around 850 tomorrow. Because I think with today's move and tomorrow's potential continuation move higher, that could equal 10%. Fortuna's a big cult name, that's well known. That has to react. That's why I own it. And then the all-time high, it is the all-time high, right? Yeah, it will be that. Yeah, we can work towards that later on as we're going towards 43, 44. Boom. So I don't even know if I'll trim that. It's just so obvious that we're going to make a test to the all-time high. So I'll probably just leave it. That's really rare of me. CDE, the best of the best. All hail this one. Just monstrous reaction. So tomorrow, okay. So tomorrow, this one I expect double figure percentage, like 8, 9, 10, 11, something. 14.5. I see that descending, but I don't like the descending because the more obvious one is this move to 16. I just added the descending recently. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's resistance 14.5 because that's quite a big move, 10%. But ultimately, I'm looking for 16. At 16, I will trim. I really think this is going high, but 16, we've just gone vertical from like 5. Do you know what I mean? With this little sideways period here, but otherwise, since taking out 10, it's 60, that's 60% without even pausing. So let's just pause, have a little trim. This is worth so much more than it's allowed to be worth. And we can't even see it. It's a blip on the radar. That's why I do tiny sells. Obviously, there's a reason for this. It's probably dilution and all that. So it's not just allowed to go all the way up. But the next big move is going to be something like this zone, which will no, that's too much. I can't believe I'm drawing these levels. It looks so arrogant to draw these lines, but honestly, once you take out 16, where do you go? Well, you go here. You go to 20, 20 something. You don't even stop at 20. 20 is nothing. Nothing. 24, and then up there. My God, this is multi-bagger stuff. Let's get to 16, but I think we'll get to 14.5 and 16 this week, if I'm allowed to say that. Heckler, I'm on the weekly. Jesus. Yeah, well, that's pretty obvious there. Next stop is next high. Hector's had an amazing run, 10%. Yeah. You've got a few of those that can do 10%. You've got your little Fortuna, CDE, Heckler. I think you've got your Silj doing a little 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% move tomorrow. I think the daily chart doesn't change anything. Yeah, we've hit a level. We closed at that level. Next stop, 940. EXK, new high before silver did its thing. Anticipation. Next move, $7. Forget the pre. When in doubt, go with a higher move. 12%. Yeah, EXK has not done enough. It's going to catch up. Tomorrow's catch up day. And then you got your big move all the way up to maybe pre-gap is probably a level, but 750. And then the party actually begins, right? That's just the appetizer up here. Little boom boom. We can do that this week, maybe, if it's really a crazy week. And then we work towards that as we get to high 40s and silver. Wow. Mag. Last one. Yeah, that took out 24. That was my last trim. I knew it was going higher, just symbolic, tiny stuff. Next stop, don't know. We just hold, I'm holding that until it merges with Pan America, and then I'll sort of sell and because the share count will be weird. It'll be like, instead of 100 shares, it'll be like 103.6. So I'll probably sell the weird sum because you can do fractional stuff. And it'll probably be worth the most. Pan America merge with MAG. All right, that's it. Let's see. I'm obviously extremely bullish, like everyone out there. I don't like that, but it's really obvious. And it's just kind of beginning, right? We just took out 3,500. No, not even. We're going to take out 3,500, and then we're going to start running to 4,000, and silver's going to do its thing. And it's kind of written on the wall. This is the prophecy we've always thought of, except now it's real. And we've had time to get used to it because this has been a beautiful ascent. That'll do. It's very long. Sorry about that. Good luck to absolutely all of us. And let's see what happens. And hopefully there's not some sort of a drop tomorrow that will kind of ruin it. But I don't mind the slow ascent rather than the squeeze than the disappointing unsqueeze.